Okay, a summary of the Motobu stuff that we've done today. So he's got 12 drills. So I'll show you those 12 drills first, right? Or at least the way I do them, and I'll talk about some of the differences. So when Motobu starts him, he's kind of in this position, clearly a natural talking, pleading position, which is a great way to practice rather than formal positions. So I do it here, because that's the way I normally have my normal kind of defensive posture. Thanks, somebody's pointing there. Ali, so we're kind of both doing the kind of same kind of thing, right? On this first one, Ali swings a shot towards my head. As he does it, I crash forwards. So I'm stepping in, and Motobu didn't like the back leg being fully straightened out, so I keep my back bending there deliberately. This isn't like a Soto or a Uchi. I'm crashing into the shoulder as I do this. Pinning with that back hand, adjust my lead foot as I hit with the elbow from here, and then I move away. So again, as I talked about, I won't explain this on every one of them, but it's fine to do it in a fairly tick-tocky way to start with. But when you actually get used to doing these things, it gets bang, and that's how they're done, right? They're just explosive, fast and fluid. Number two, he swings the same stance, he swings a backhand shot, which I parry and drop my hand this way and then fall it on. I'm not trying to snatch it out the air on this one, I grab and drop onto it. I feel that arm move, and as soon as I feel that move, that arm tells me this one's coming. So I duck underneath them here. The arms are like more horizontal and vertical. Because of where his leg is, if I go with the back knee, that leg might be in the way of the knee. So I'll step with that front foot, knead the groin with the lead leg, push him away, and we're done. We'll turn sides for number three. For number three, we're in right to right. He swings a lead hand shot, I drop underneath from there and strike the groin. That's an upward slap. He then talks about squeezing, so I'm going to grab the groin from there, not when you do it with a partner. Obviously, I'm open to that shot, so if he's brave enough to swing a backhand shot, I'll block outwards, still keeping my left hand on here, hit him with the elbow, and then move away, would be number three. Number four, this is the one where you're in right to right again, and your arms are touching, which is a position the old masters used to begin the sparring from, right? So there's one of these that's offensive, one defensive. Number four is offensive, so I push forwards from there. Motobu says as if you're trying to back fist strike him. As I do that, I feel his arm go rigid, he's pushing back towards me. Because his energy's coming this way, I can redirect it. So I drop that arm down, swing around straight towards the kidneys with my hooking punch. Remember not to step so far that you square onto him because you'd be unstable, right? If I was just to try and grab that arm down, and he could resist that quite easily. Tenses up the large muscles of his back and I can't move it. Which is why we've got that forward pressure, and when I feel him pushing back in, I'll redirect it. Number five is the only one where you're in opposite stances, so the defender's in right, the attacker's in left. Throws a lead hand shot from there, which you just, this one lead hand, which you just parry out. What he then does, he throws a backhand shot towards the chin, you just parry it down and come straight over the top. Remember that's simultaneous, they're together to do number five. Then push away and move. Number six is the longest one. So you're left to left on this one. He swings a backhand shot, which you parry and then move in for the hook. Right, on this one, I don't see it as the opponent going 1-2. I think he's mapping out the options for each arm, right? So I haven't done that one. If it was this lead arm, I would come from here and I'll go there and bang. Is that okay? So again, independently, if he throws a lead hand shot from there, bang, is a nice counter strike, right? In the drill, as Ali was about to demonstrate, you throw that hook, you've gone 1-2, comes in here. As I do this, he pulls it across, not towards his face, straight across. This opens up this flank. So I'll step in, Motobu does it with his hand, later on in other things he shows it with the forearm, same technique, I like doing it with the forearm. I'll step behind, get really close and push that arm across. So at that point that line's gone, and from there again as I'm sliding in, I'm going to throw that shot underneath from there. Again, as we talked about, you could carry on with the rest of Teki, but that's where he stops it. Number seven, we'll probably better the other way around for that one, is right to right. Opponent throws a lead hand shot, which again you parry your arms underneath from here. I'll then bring this arm forwards and crash in. So nothing wrong with this, like that way, but that's not what Motobu does. He crashes in, he follows the arm down, so you've got that double structure. So having done this from here, again, you do have an opening. It's hard for him to land a head shot because you've got that frame, but he does have a body shot. So if he does that, you block out, still keep in contact with this one, and then drop the knuckles in by moving that front foot. Again, that's basically the diagonal equivalent of what we did on number six. Number eight, we're left to left. He throws a lead hand shot, which I wedge and then I slap up underneath his arm. So the whole point of this is to get the pain reaction so he tilts. Punch comes in, guide it past, grab, slap. I mean, you can do it from grappling as well, but this is the way he shows it. Once I've slapped that arm upwards, it naturally wants to turn. Lift that back leg up and I'd be here, but I would be stamping through from there. Obviously, don't do that with a partner. We'll just do it one more time. So again, punch comes in, slap from there, gently touch this when you do your training. So it was number 8. Number 9, yeah, we'll show up this side so we can see the kick better. But the way Motobu does it is he throws a shot, counters in, and then latches onto that arm again. For me, I've already seen that idea on number 6, so I'll take it out, I'll simplify it. So he swings in that shot again, similar to what we did on number 2, swings an arcing shot again, I'm going to go in here. So that white crane spreads its wings thing. I then go for a knee strike to the groin, but he moves his hips back, which looks like a knee strike to the body. I'll then just turn my foot from there, stamp out with that kind of inverted kick, and then I'm out of there. The other way around is probably better for number 10. He throws a lead hand shot and I slip it. At the same time I slip it, I strike up under the knuckle, with my knuckle under the arm there. Motobu does it with a Nippon Ken, like that. Again, as I talked about, I find it a bit difficult to keep snapping hand position, so I'll just keep it as a fist. With Nippon Ken, I'll go there. Because it's the only thing I can hit. The arm's all I've got, so that's what he's showing. Push that arm down, I've got to do a back fist, but he leans away from it, or blocks it, but stops it in some way. This gives me all of this. So I'll drop him with an elbow. So for that one, if you just do it one more time, Ollie. So 1, 2, 3. Keeping hold of that the whole time, right? Number 11, be this way around, right to right. Arms are in contact. This is the defensive one. As he throws his punch, I'm moving up to here. So I deflect it and prop it. I want that arm there so he can't just immediately pull his arm back out. By getting control of the top part, I've got it. I want to keep this control, so I'll slide this arm under as I push forwards to direct break his posture. Take him over that way and I'll throw that hook punch. So the whole thing, he throws his shot, bang there. Number 12 is a really easy one. So he grabs you, he's managed to get behind you, pin his hands so you're aware of where his hands are, step forward so you're hard at the lift, create the space by stepping forward as well, reach behind and grab. You could do it either way, Motobu does it with the right side. We also looked at some of his grip defences. So he grabs from here, throws a lead hand shot, a backhand shot, which I parry. Now you could do this, which you learnt on number 6, but what he does is when he drops down and hits the body. The reason doing that is to straighten that arm out, because you want rid of that, right? He then from there strikes at the back of it, in the hope that it just takes the hand straight off, the pain on the elbow. If it doesn't, what it will probably do is cause that, he moves. So when he's done that from there, I would strike into here. And then of course you can carry on with whatever you wanted. There's an outside version where he grabs the other way and he goes bang here, he strikes underneath. You could strike here as well, but on this one he assumes he swings a shot, he tries to correct his line, so he gathers it up from here, which again looks a little bit like techie, right? But he then talks about he's turning this way, so you wrench against that arm. Hopefully it takes the grip off. If it doesn't, you've still got him in a good position to kick him and everything else. You can put those two together as a little Motobu anti-gripping drill. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, away you go. Okay, so what I did was I created a little kata for my own practice, for Motobu's core 12, if you like. It's taken on a life of its own. A few other people practice it now. It's got 12 core drills in it, so I simply called it 12 steps. If I wanted a fake old Okinawan kata name, I would call it Seinipo. If you want a more modern Japanese name, as they use in Shotokan, it would be Juniho. Right, but either's fine. So the way it begins, you just go from the yoy position. I step forward to here, say, that's fine. Motobu does it, I go here. Motobu was keen on the idea of preemption when you know this is going to go south fast. So, I've added in a push forwards and a palm mill just to illustrate a preemptive shot. It's almost like a preface to the whole kata. I then do drill number 1, where I kind of step forwards from there, bang. Back leg bent, there, this hand pushed out. Keeping the pressure with that arm, I then drop in for the elbow. Be the end of drill 1. To link it to drill 2, this bit is slow, because I want to emphasise that detail. Hands up against my chest, because it's got nothing to do at the moment. Second shot comes in, I go down underneath, step up with my back foot, knee to the groin. To link it with number 3, I put that leg down, step, slap the groin. Slow squeeze. The other shot comes in, blocking it, elbowing. As we talked about, that hand could be anywhere, depending on where the partner's arm. In the kata, we may as well put it opposite, because it's aesthetically pleasing. All the turns are anti-clockwise. So I turn on this one, a very obvious push forwards, because that's what you're trying to do, right? And then from there, catch his elbow, move to the side. To link it with number 5, I will adjust that lead foot. So I'll step in here as a parry out, and now pushing as complete number 5. Step with the back leg for number 6, block out. Relatively straightforward here. Turn my hip in as I hit inwards. Second shot comes in, cover, and I'll do my back fist as if I'm going for his jaw. In full knowledge, he'll move it. But I don't want to be practicing that in a kata because I'll be training to miss. I then push the arm round, feet relatively close together, and then slide out. So I've got that posture for number 6. For number 7, your hands are already where you need them. So you move your lead foot anti-clockwise, there you are, and then step in. Second shot comes in towards the body, from there 1, 2, arm across the chest here. For number 8, you step forwards, parry back, slap up. Heels off the ground because I'm already halfway through that kick. From there, stamping down. Step down and out for the way I do number 9. Grab as you do the knee, turn the foot and stamp down. To turn into number 10 again, just take the foot anti-clockwise again. Straight into that posture. Grab and do the back fist, drop and do the elbow. Step forwards, it's a nice soft step. Could do this slow. I chose to keep it fast, right? So you've got this from there. From here, step round with the back foot, again anti-clockwise. Hand is in the middle of the back and open to here. Leaning forwards a little bit as you'd want to do. Slowly close that hand, step back, boom, you're done. Is that okay? So that'll be a walkthrough. If you wanted a kata version for your own practice, you've got a kata version of it. Is that all right for everyone?